Stupid, stupid boy.
What's happened? Oh, it's John. He's married that...
Francophile? Photographer?
Flute.
Pharmacist?
Smile, Marion.
I don't feel like smiling.
You're English, dear. Fake it.
This is my wife.
Welcome.
The pleasure is all mine.
Oh, you're American.
He's of an interesting generation, John Whittaker, because his father's been in the Great War, and he's probably going to have to go off and fight in the Second World War. So he's kind of this in-between generation who are kind of lusting for their freedom, and that's why he's able to go. You know, he goes off to Monte Carlo and he meets this woman who's a blonde bombshell and exotic and gorgeous and a racing car driver, but she has no independent means. She's not wealthy, and so he brings her home to meet his mother, and she disapproves. I was a little resistant to playing this character originally because I thought he was weak, and I thought he was a bit of a mama's boy, and I thought that he was a bit unsympathetic, and I thought that actually you wouldn't care about the relationship. But actually, I think that was the acting challenge, was to strike the balance of someone who's kind of charming and witty enough and kind of interesting enough to Loretta to want to be with him.
Let them live in your spell.
It's monstrous. It's me. I posed for a young Spaniard. Extraordinary.
And then for you to root for the couple through the film, but by the time you get to the end, for you not to mind that he doesn't end up with her. So it's a sort of anti-romantic comedy. It starts at the end. The most romantic, wonderful moment is right at the beginning, and then it's downhill from there, basically.
Please come and play with me.
Go ahead, darling. I'll play with myself.
When I sat down in my meeting with the director to convince me to do it, basically, he said, "Oh, your parents will be Kristen Scott Thomas and Colin Firth." I thought, "Oh, well, you know, that's good. I'll take that. You always wonder who your screen parents might be." And he said, "And Jessica Biel will be your wife." I said, "Give me the pen. I'll sign now." It was in the original film script where John would start singing to woo Loretta, and then he would also sing to kind of get on his mother's good side, and then it would become just a bit irritating. I started off doing musicals. I was with a company called the National Youth Music Theatre for about 5 or 6 years, and that was the company that Jude Law and Jamie Bell were a part of, and that's where I sort of learnt acting, really. And I think songs are a great storytelling device. So to use it as part of telling a story, I think is great, and it was fun. I didn't ride my horse into a tree. Stefan Elliott has been telling Porky Pies to make it sound exciting. No, I mean, he actually begged me to go and ride on the horse because Kristen didn't ride, so they had to green screen her. Jessica doesn't ride bikes, so they had to green screen her and use stunt doubles. So it was all be really wide shots. He was like, "I need an actor on a horse so I can do the, you know, so it can be convincing." Yeah. And I was like, "Well, obviously I'll do it because I did Narnia and I can ride horses. That's fine." And then, but I hadn't ridden this horse before, and there was these big dips in the field we were riding across, and I didn't know this. Should have walked it, but I didn't. And so we were galloping through this thing, and it went down this ditch, and I didn't know, and so I just bucked off the back. And then I turned around, and I see 40 horses coming towards me with people on them, thinking, "Oh God!" And so I sort of just threw myself out the way. But it was completely fine. Barnes nearly dies. I mean, we did another take within 30 seconds. It was not a problem.
He couldn't stand hot cheese and...
Is it true you've had as many lovers as they say?
Of course it's not true. Hardly any of them actually loved me.
She's scandalous.
Let me behave.
When does the carnage begin?